Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Weather Forecast Center. This is John here to bring you the latest on the current conditions this evening and the weather that's going to be coming up in the next few days. Right now, we have some dying showers here in the northeast. We have scattered showers and thunderstorms here. Oh, from the Mason Dixon line down into Florida and into Louisiana. There has been some flood reports and some damage reports that I will get to momentarily. There is scattered showers here in lower Michigan and also some um, damage reports as well. And here in the Intermountain West, there are some weak showers up in the from Wyoming down to southern Colorado, and in the desert Southwest, there's showers and thunderstorms going on. There's also a few wind reports, and I made a short before I went to bowling this evening, and Southeast Oregon is under a flood watch for the for forecast of heavy rain impacting the burn scars in southwest southeastern Oregon. So we will take a tour now of the damage reports. Um, okay, this is legit for a 911 call center. This was at 5:21 this evening in Highland Springs, Virginia, in Hanover County. A vehicle stranded in water. Why the vehicle was stranded in water and why that person was driving in flooded roadways, we don't know, but they should have not been. Uh, here's another here's another one from 1 mile east of Bensley, Virginia, in Chesterfield County. Again from 911 call center. Several reports of high water scattered across the county. Um, I guess I'm okay with that as far as 911. But and this is definitely a 911 call. A water rescue vehicle in the water, 4 miles west southwest of Richmond. There's a report here of a couple of trees were blown down on Philpott Road in Halifax County in South Boston. Um, that is not an emergency, so do not call 911 for that. You know, you heard my rant on one of my other videos. Um, yeah, so no, that should not have been to 911 call center. We have a measured wind gust to 60 miles an hour at 5:55 this evening at Marlborough County Airport, South Carolina, in Marlborough County. That was from a weather station. Um, we also have some reports here in Georgia, 2 miles northwest of Good Hope, from Publix. Sub-severe reports small trees and limbs reported down near the intersection of Bearden Boulevard and Luann Way. There's one up here, 3 miles south southeast of Homer, Georgia, in Banks County. Reported by emergency management. Trees reported down on a power line near the intersection of Dogwood Drive and Historic Homer Highway. Other isolated trees reported down just north of Commerce in the same area. So there's been some tree damage in um, northeast Georgia today, down near Atlanta, 2 miles west southwest of McKibbin, Georgia, in Butts County. By emergency management, significant structural damage near the intersection of Logistics Parkway and Highway 16. They're saying the possible tornado damage. So, if that was a possible tornado, I will obviously share that along with y'all. Another, okay, that's same message. So these two are tied together as a possible tornado. So, as far as I know, there were no tornado warnings. But then again, I haven't. I just got home from bowling, so I have not gotten a chance to check X for any reports of any damage or any warnings of tornado warnings or anything of that kind. Here's a couple of reports here in Michigan. 1 mile 1 mile southwest of St. Clair Shores, Michigan, in Macomb County, reported by the public. Photos sent of downed trees on Harper and 10 Mile roads. And then here's a report of um, flooding 2 miles east of Clawson, Michigan, in Oakland County by a train spotter. Spotter reported of flooding on I-75 and 14 Mile Road. So obviously, it's still they're not under a warning, but obviously there's probably still some water on the highway. So be wary of that if you travel along I-75 in that area. We have here some flooding. This was reported way back earlier in the afternoon, 2:53 p.m. in Sherman, Texas, Grayson County, by emergency management. Flooding reported near Ricketts and Washington Streets and near Post Oak Creek in Sherman, Texas. So there's still some flooding going on in North Texas. Now we move to the West Coast here. There has been a report of a 59-mile-an-hour wind gust in Ajo, Arizona, in Pima County by a weather station. Um, and here's another one, measured 61 miles an hour at 9:29, so about a little over an hour ago, at another Mesonet station. There is currently some flash flood warnings in Arizona, only a little tiny one here, and a special weather statement also in Arizona. There's also a couple of reports here in California. I gotta get tight in to do this. 6 miles north northeast of Lost Horse, California, in San Bernardino County, by the Park Forest Service. Roads along the Indian Cove campground site closed due to flooding. So probably if you're in that camp area, you should be evacuated. There is a report at of 62 miles an hour here, 2 miles west southwest of 29 Palms, California, San Bernardino County, measured by a trained spotter on their personal weather station. And there's also flooding over in 29 Palms, California. Joshua Tree National Park Service reports flooding at State Route 62 and National Park Drive. That is reported by the Park Forest Service. So if you are in that area, I think it's 29 Palms. That's Lost Horse. It was like, I think it was 29 Palms. Um, Turn around, don't drown. So here we have scattered showers and thunderstorms here. They are starting to inch into the flood watch area. And there was a report in southeast Oregon of a 58-mile-an-hour wind gust 5 miles northeast of Fields, Oregon, in Harney County by a weather trained spotter. So, and that's all of the reports we have at this moment as far as damage is concerned. Oh, nope, I forgot a couple here in Ohio. Um, 1 mile northwest of West Carlisle, Ohio, in Coshocton County, reported by law enforcement. Trees down on State Route 79. So if you're on State Route 79, that that they may have already gotten to it, but if not, it's probably blocked. Here in Roscoe, Ohio, in Coshocton County, by law enforcement, tree down Route 16. So if you're on, think it's State Route 79 and State Route 16, um, be very careful um, traveling in those areas tonight. Um, there's one report down here in Florida that I didn't get to, which is a 51-mile-an-hour wind gust 1 mile northwest of Gainesville Airport in Alachua County by a weather station there with a peak wind gust of 51 miles an hour. So that is all of the damage and flooding um, that has been reported thus far tonight. Now we're going to go into the model trends and see what the model. Oh, before we go there, let's go. Let's go here. We got to do the outlooks. So for the rest of the night, there is a marginal risk of severe weather here in northern North Carolina and southern Virginia, and here along the Arizona California border. So that's for the rest of tonight. For tomorrow, there is a marginal risk of severe weather here in the interior Northeast from Ohio into upstate New York. There's also an area down here in southern Arizona and far southwestern New Mexico. And there's an area here from Oregon all the way up into um, south central Montana through a good bit of Idaho. Um, Primary threats will be, let's take a look at that while we're looking at this. Let's see, tornado threat. No tornado threat. So the tornado threat is less than 2%. Um, so wind, there are 5%, basically 5% chance of wind here in the Northeast and Ohio, here in Arizona, and here in Oregon into central Montana. and hail. I think it's primarily wind driven. Nope. There is a risk of hail of 1 inch in diameter here in upstate New York tomorrow. For Thursday, there is no general risk of any severe weather on Thursday. Obviously, that will be subject to change as we get closer towards the weekend because I'm watching something which I will show you in a minute of chances of severe weather coming back into the northern plains. So this is the 500 millbar wind profile as of 5 o'clock this evening. I'm going to move it up to 11 o'clock. So that way we're pretty much current. Okay. So you got flow coming out of the Gulf of Mexico. Whoa. That's not what I wanted to do. Let's try this again. Okay. Flow coming out of the Gulf of Mexico, getting into the northeast here. Upwards of 30 knots worth of flow here in around here in North Carolina and into Virginia. So that's why they have left the marginal risk up. Primarily, it's going to be wind gusts for the most part, as everything traversed to the north and east. We have a flow here that's coming down. Here's the exit region, so that's why they had the marginal risk earlier for Iowa and Illinois, which there are a couple of reports that I didn't get to, but I will talk about that later. And then we have a stronger flow here that's coming into the northwest that's going to start the flood watch here in southeastern Oregon, and it's going to trail up into Montana. We will take this to 5 o'clock tomorrow. So 2, 5, 8, 11, 2, 5. So this is the look for tomorrow. With the marginal risk being expansive, this is the area here. We have 40 knots of flow that's going to rip across the area to the north and east. And the flow is coming back, weaker flow down here in Northern California is going to help aid into the possibility of severe weather tomorrow in the Intermountain West and Northwest. With cooler weather coming down from Canada, we have an area here of flow which will promote the marginal risk here in the northeast tomorrow. Okay, we have the stronger flow here just south of it, and then we're going to have scattered showers and thunderstorms here in the Carolinas. Well, that was not supposed to happen. And hold on. That was not supposed to happen. I'm not supposed to be out that far. I'm supposed to be up this way. which is right here. Okay, sorry about that, Pete. Sorry about that, everyone. Apparently, they were loading up the loop, and I didn't want the loop. I wanted to go 24 hours at a time, at a specific time. So, anyway, we got some flow that's flying down to the south and east out of Canada here in the Dakotas into Nebraska, which will promote showers and thunderstorms, and also here in Oklahoma, western Texas, and New Mexico. Um, so we will go 24, so that'll be 51. That's for tomorrow. This is for Thursday. We have a stronger flow coming out here, which will promote. This will probably be a slight risk of severe weather here come Thursday, if not at least a marginal risk. Um, and we have some flow that's flying up to the north and east. There might be some sort of outlook for this region here. And then scattered showers and thunderstorms down here in North Carolina. There might be a little small area right about here for marginal risk. And then showers, thunderstorms in Texas, New Mexico, and cooler weather is starting to come in from the northwest. Going into Friday, um, this trough leaves, but we have lingering showers and thunderstorms here. We will have showers and thunderstorms here, and then we will probably have some sort of slight risk for marginal risk here, and then probably back in here into California as the flow goes north, southwest, to northeast through central California with stronger flow on the bottom end, which probably will promote some severe weather on Friday. Going into Saturday, we have this whole flow is now leaving, so that will start drying the northeast out. We have showers and thunderstorms starting to plume up again from the Gulf of Mexico all the way up into Iowa and Illinois again. And then this whole area here will be suspect to showers and thunderstorms. This area here will probably be monitored for probably a marginal or slight risk of severe weather. So it'll be this area, probably down here where the stronger flow is, and somewhere in these two locations will probably be where the outlook will be for severe weather. Going into Sunday, um, not real strong flow, but there are pockets of strong flow here in Minnesota and here into Montana, where there's a flow of Pacific moisture coming in from California all the way into the plains. So anywhere in here will be game for showers and thunderstorms, and there could be some outlooks regarding severe weather. Also here, from Texas all the way into Michigan, as a plume of moisture comes straight out from the Gulf of Mexico into the Midwest. with showers and thunderstorms on Sunday. And I'll do one more. So this will be Monday of next week. So there is stronger winds aloft here that might promote showers and a few strong thunderstorms. There probably will be an outlook for that. But everywhere else in between here will probably be game for showers and thunderstorms. That's a weak flow, so that'll be showers and thunderstorms there. Here in the mid south and here in far southern reaches of New Mexico and Arizona. So that is the model run for the next several days. Let's see. We'll go through some excessive rainfall outlooks. We haven't gone through that. Day one, which will probably be today or the overnight. Slight risk of flash flooding here, which has already occurred here in southern Virginia and much of North Carolina into far northern South Carolina, down here along the south South Texas coast and through Louisiana into a little bit of southwestern Mississippi. A small area of slight risk here in New Mexico, and a slight risk here in the desert southwest, and here in the northeast. And the 5% chance surrounds the slight risk from the mid Atlantic all the way down into Texas. Tomorrow, okay. So tomorrow there would be slight chance of flash flood guidance being met here in the desert southwest. Slight chance of flash flood guidance being met here from southern Virginia all the way through to Piedmont and through central Georgia and into Alabama, and a small area here in Louisiana and the Texas Gulf Coast, while a slight risk of flash flood guidance being met basically from the northeast all the way down into Texas and out here into portions of Illinois and Iowa. And for Thursday, there is a slight chance of flash flood guidance being met here along the southeast coast in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia, and along here along the Texas southeast coast and in far western Louisiana. A large um, 5% risk of flash flood guidance here in the um, um, desert southwest into the Rockies, and a 5% chance for all areas outside of the slight risk area from Maine to Texas. So that is all I have for you tonight. Hope everybody has a good night, and I will talk to you again tomorrow.